That's a great point. It's funny because what you just said, like, oh, you started to pray more when things were going bad, and I think that is a very relatable way that God can bring someone to Christianity. I think our culture right now is probably it is the worst. Tim Keller says it's the worst in history at providing people like a meaning for their life. Like, people don't know what their meaning of life is. We don't know how to provide people answers when they suffer. Like, if all of our meaning comes from me determining what I need to do, like me determining my life, or me determining what I do and who I am, if that just comes from within, then any part of suffering or any pain is seen as, get this out of here. I do not want to deal with this. I want to get rid of this. This does not make sense. This has no place in my life. And so people become, lost for meaning, a loss for purpose. I think at Passion Conference, Louis Giglio does this conference. There's like 60,000 students just in Atlanta, and then like 40,000 in Texas and Houston.
Yeah.
There's 100,000 college students, and they ask, they poll like, hey, what is something that you guys would really like help with? And the first one is addiction to porn. The second one is, how do I not kill myself? I mean, that's a second biggest question. How do you not kill yourself as a college student? I mean, you have everything in life. Like, our culture has given you the most any other culture has in the history of the world, and we're not happy. We're not satisfied. And that just comes from not really understanding meaning in life or having a purpose for life. And we can search for so many things that will promise happiness, but they always fail. There's Tim Keller always talks about this David Foster Wallace. He was a secular thinker, very well respected, well known, not a believer, but he makes this quote, and I have it here somewhere. It's just something that I always read because it's just so brilliant. Because I think David Foster Wallace actually committed suicide, but he was giving a lecture at a college, and he said, in everyday life, in the trenches of adult life, there's no such thing as atheism. And this guy is an atheist. He goes, but in reality, he goes, in the day-to-day trenches of life, there's no such thing as atheism. There's no such thing as not worshiping. Everybody worships. The only choice we get is what to worship. And the compelling reason for choosing a spiritual type of worship is anything else will eat you alive. He goes, if you worship money and things, if they're where you tap your real meaning in life, then you will feel like you would never have enough, that you will, that nothing is going to be enough. It's the truth. Or if you worship your body and beauty and sexual allure, you will always feel ugly. And when time and age start showing, you will die a million deaths before they finally grieve you. And what he's just pointing out is that anything other than Christianity, anything other than Christ is going to eat you alive. And, it's true that Jesus Christ is the only thing that if you give your life to will not destroy you. And I really believe that if you give your life to anything, pursuing a career, well, what happens when the career's over? What happens when the NHL's over? And now you don't have, where's your purpose now? Where's your meaning in life now? In any job, really. What happens when, yes, this can be great to succeed, but what happens when you fail? Yeah. There's just so much pressure on you to perform every day. Christianity takes that away. Has had someone that's done the work for you. And that's the beauty, that's just the beauty of who Jesus was. He came, he didn't need to suffer. He could have called down angels like that. It's the only religion that has its founder coming and actually suffering for you so you don't have to.